Have you ever experienced an event so incredible you couldn't even begin to explain it? Or perhaps you're entangled in a situation you can't find a way out of and need some advice or guidance. Welcome to our platform, where we turn these stories and dilemmas into engaging, thought-provoking content, offering perspective and, hopefully, some answers. If you find yourself grappling with a social issue that you'd like us to address, feel free to send us an email. We'll create a video addressing your concern, keeping your identity confidential, of course. We also encourage our viewers to actively participate in the conversation. Leave your thoughts, suggestions, or advice in the comments section below. You never know, your insights could be the beacon of hope someone needs to navigate their own storm. Remember, your one comment may change someone's life for the better. Let us turn our attention to a true story that unfolded recently. Picture this: a 24-year-old man on the cusp of one of life's significant milestones. He is engaged, and the date for his arranged marriage is set for the upcoming April. While this should be a time of joy and anticipation, the shadow of a past relationship threatens to eclipse his happiness. His fiancée, a young woman with a past love story of her own, is at the heart of this unfolding drama. Before their engagement, she was in a relationship with another man. This man, unable to accept the end of their love story, approached her family with a marriage proposal. However, the family rejected his proposal, and instead, they arranged her engagement with our protagonist. Even after the engagement, the woman continued to communicate with her ex-lover, attempting to explain the situation and perhaps bring closure to their past relationship. Her ex-lover, however, chose to reveal this to the fiancé, causing a rift between the engaged couple. After a heated discussion, the woman promised her fiancé that she would cease all communication with her ex. This is where our story takes a turn. The woman kept her promise and distanced herself from her ex-lover. But the jilted ex-lover, unable to accept the situation, started defaming her and threatening our protagonist. The threats escalated to a point where he tagged the protagonist in an Instagram post, openly threatening his life. Despite the threats, the protagonist tried to maintain a level head. He spoke to the woman's family, who assured him they would handle the situation, but doubts lingered in his mind. He suggested calling off the wedding, but the woman was adamant. She confessed her love for him and threatened to end her life if he decided against marrying her. So here we are, at the crossroads of a complex dilemma. A young man, torn between the love for his fiancée and the fear of a jilted lover's threats. An innocent woman, caught in the crossfire of love and rage. And a rejected lover, fueled by anger and jealousy, threatening to disrupt their lives forever. The stage is set, the drama unfolds, the story continues. Our protagonist is now faced with a difficult decision. The situation has escalated to an alarming point. His fiancée is adamant about marrying him and no one else. She's so determined that she's threatening to take her own life if he doesn't comply. This is not a matter to take lightly, it's a cry for help, a sign of immense emotional turmoil. It's crucial to remember that professional help should always be sought in such situations. Meanwhile, the ex-boyfriend isn't backing down either. He's resorting to threats of a different kind, ones that aim to tarnish her reputation. He's threatening to release her personal photos after the wedding, a grave violation of her privacy and a potential source of great shame and distress. Our protagonist finds himself between a rock and a hard place. On one hand, there's a life at stake, a woman he cares about, who is so desperate that she's threatening to harm herself. On the other hand, there's the looming threat of public scandal and humiliation. He fears the backlash, the societal judgment that might follow if her ex-boyfriend decides to make good on his threat. What's more, he's wrestling with his own emotions, his own fears. He's afraid of getting entangled with the police, of the potential damage to his own reputation. He's a young man, unprepared for the magnitude of the situation he's found himself in. This is where he stands, at the crossroads of an incredibly difficult decision. Does he go ahead with the wedding, risking potential scandal and ongoing threats from the ex-boyfriend? Or does he step back, risking the life of the woman he's supposed to marry? With a threat to his life on one hand and the fear of scandal on the other, he is at a crossroads. What should he do? Share your thoughts and suggestions in the comments below. Your advice might be the solution he needs.